What is up, everyone? It is Midwest Raider fans, and we're back for another video. I got some good energy today because we're getting to a Monday Night Football. I'm super excited about it. We are going to recap the last game, but we're back, and I know it's not fun talking about another loss, 9 straight losses in a row. It really sucks the life from a Raiders fan, or any fan that has to go through it, I'm guessing. But we're going to recap really quick that Tampa Bay game. We did lose 13-28. It sounds a little worse than it was. But, Jimmy, what did you think of that Tampa Bay game real quick?
You know, it was like we were never in it. We got down 2 scores right away. I think it was 10 points if I remember correctly. And, you know, you wanted to say they had fight. We had some plays where it looked like, we were going to make a move and do something. Like I said, if you look at the stats, we sacked Mayfield 4 times, knocked him down 8. 2 interceptions, I recall. Granted, I know one of them we gave away right back in the very next play, our first play after the turnover. So, I want to say we had some fight, but I don't know. It just didn't seem like we had that oomph, like we played against Kansas City. It seemed like we had it all the way up until the very end there, of course. Some good things. Running game looked good. I mean, Sincere McCormick obviously stepping up, filling those shoes, with our other 2 guys out last week. But not a whole lot. Like you said, just kind of, I don't know, almost going through the motions, I guess. Not a whole lot. Other than the running game, I thought looked good. Passing was, decent, but nothing, outstanding. Nobody busted over 100 yards receiving or rushing. And it was a tough loss. Like I said, there were moments where I thought we'd get back in it, and then we just didn't. So
yeah, I believe it was seriously like 10-14 until the fourth quarter. So yeah, it was 10-14 until the fourth quarter, and so it like left you with some hope. But as Raider fans, we should not even drink that Kool-Aid anymore with the hope of winning, because we just can't finish it in the fourth quarter ever. Something crazy happens, and I think this is the lower of the Raiders, where we have some kind of fumbled botched snap or some kind of crazy loss that happens at the end of the game. And in my opinion on this game, I just never felt like, I never had enthusiasm that we were going to win this game at the end. We've had so many losses that I just never thought enough confidence in the team that we were going to pull through this one. And it didn't really feel like offensively, the defense is always playing pretty decent, but offensively, I never thought I saw a spark enough. We saw a couple good plays with the rushing. We saw a couple good plays with receiving, but I never just saw that spark where I'm like, oh, we're going to continue this through the game. I did not see that ever. So in the fourth quarter, they pretty much finished us off, because they do average 27 points a game, and they finished with 28, so really close on that. And, 420 yards of offense they had, only 5 penalties, 28 minutes of time of possession. We had 31, so we did work that. We did have a little bit less penalties, so we didn't have a lot of penalties. Of course, the big thing was O'Connell did get hurt in this game, had a knee injury.
Yeah, I don't know. Watching the game, I think it should have been a flag for late hit. I think the NFL and the refs and the players, they all need to come together, and just needs to be black and white. I mean, you saw it. He threw the ball. He took, 2-3 steps, and then he got pushed. Now, I know it wasn't a violent push, but granted, you got a 300-pound-ish guy, give or take, pushing you, shoving you, and you're not expecting it. You're going to go down. I'm sure it didn't help his knee. Obviously, I think he was injured that couple plays before that, where he went down pretty hard and he got up kind of limping and stayed in there. So I'm sure his knee was bruised. Obviously, this didn't help. Granted, with the a 15-yard penthese there, it was to say you don't turn that into a touchdown, and then this game becomes completely different. So
exactly. I
think they need to get together. These are the rules, and it was definitely a late hit. Now, granted, was it vicious enough? I don't know. I think it just needs to be black and white, and no, room for, we'll call it error for the refs to decide.
So as Raider fans now, since we're 2-11 and we have 9 straight losses, you have to look for any positives in the game so we can come to you guys and tell you about it. Because if we just keep talking about negative crap, we'll be in our own little lackadaisical thing. So one good thing was Sincere McCormick did look awesome this game. He was 15 attempts for 78 yards, had a 29-yard long one. It was pretty nice to watch him bulldoze finds a hole. I mean, it looks promising. So he's looking
Yeah,
promising.
very promising.
Right now. Yeah. So, and then the other thing is we were 3 for 3 on 4th down.
3 for 3, yeah.
So that's pretty nice too. Mayer had a great game, even though he might be injured this game. He's questionable. But he had 7 for 68 yards, 7 receptions for 68 yards.
That's what the offense was supposed to look like
Yeah,
all year.
yeah.
2 tight ends. Could you imagine, Raider
yeah.
Nation? Could you imagine if we would have, I don't know, something just would have changed. 2 tight ends out there catching the ball. Who are you going to cover? It was supposed to be so different this year.
And then Myers, of course, 7 receptions, 67 yards. Bowers only got 3 receptions. I think he was targeted like 5 times, but only 3 receptions for 49 yards. But he's on a record to hit 1,000 yards.
Yeah,
So
I think he'll get that.
he's going to probably hit it. So it's pretty cool. Tucker didn't get well. We didn't get to test him deep at all in this game, which I wish we would have got to. But I don't know how much we're going to get to see of that in the future, with depending on the quarterback. Right now, to our knowledge, O'Conley is questionable, I guess. And Ritter,
day to day, kind of what.
Ritter
from
is
the
like
press
assumed
conference.
to possibly be the starter. So we don't know for sure yet. And it's Friday, and we watched a press conference for today, and he still didn't say anything. He said it's day by day. Thinking O'Connell will probably be back by, since we have an extra day on Monday, on the Monday night game, to see if he's any better or doing whatever. So it's questionable. I don't know.
I think if he's hurt, just sit him. I mean, what do we really have to lose?
Yeah,
you know, like I said, I like the fire that Ritter brings, because obviously it's his old team. Usually ignites something in those players when you're playing your former team, you know, and things didn't go as well. So now you really want to take it to him. So, like you said, if he's injured, we do want to keep him. Again, I'm not saying for franchise, quarterback, but, he's a decent, second string if, God willing, or draft pick is very good, that we were hoping anyway. And
let's see what he can do. Let him get a full game in, get a full week of practice with the first teamers, and get him in the game. Might as well. We have nothing to lose. We're 2-11. So absolutely, I totally agree with just let Ritter play. So
they did bring up Bradley, so they signed him to the 53-man team, which is good.
I did see Carter Bradley. Looked good in the preseason.
Yeah.
But we still haven't given him a chance really to see.
Yeah, I didn't see the point of wasting money to go get somebody for, what would have got 4 games left. So I'm glad they just brought him up just in case. And I mean, he's decent. Again, we saw him when we went to the preseason Minnesota game, and we got it. But they just brought him in and he handed the ball off. Like, I don't know, let's see what his arm could do. Yeah.
But we did get to see him in the preseason, and he looked pretty sharp. So, who knows what can happen. You could lose another couple quarterbacks. So to wrap that up, so we did lose 13-28 to the Buccaneers. Like I said, they scored 14 points in the first half, kind of set their dominance, and then they scored 14 in the second half and in the fourth quarter to finish the game off. So, kudos to them. We could only piddle out 10 points in the second quarter and 3 points in the fourth quarter. And that's kind of why I felt like I just didn't see the offense moving the ball enough to finish the game. And that's why I just felt in this game, compared to the other 2 games, the Denver game, who was the other game that we had that we kind of played? Kansas City game.
Kansas City, the Chiefs, yeah.
Those games, I felt so much more effort. I just felt like so much we had the chance to pull the wins off and, or just better play than this game, in my opinion. I never felt like we were going to finish this game off, and it's pretty much why we took the L, in my opinion. So we did lose. We do have some news coming up for you, and we do have the quick preview on the Atlanta Falcon game that's coming up Monday night. Like I said, kind of excited about that, because Monday night, you got to get pumped for Monday night.
Monday night, yeah.
So let's just go into some brief news. It's been kind of a busy weekend. For some football news as well that kind of has the Raiders related in it. And the first one I wanted to bring up is just that Bill Belichick found a spot somewhere, so I guess he's not going to be coming to the Raiders. So we can get rid of the news on that. Where did Bill Belichick go?
He is going to North Carolina. Going to go coach college football.
Yeah, yes.
Be interesting to see how he does there.
Absolutely. So we don't have to worry about him coming to the Raiders and worried about that Patriot way stuff. This is the Raider way here. We're going to do it. I know we have Tom Brady still looming around there, but I think he's going to learn more of the Raider way that way. Next thing, of course, we did bring up the Carter Bradley news that he did get pulled up from the practice squad, so that's good that we have another backup. And like Jimmy said, no reason to go pay some money out there for
Yeah.
another quarterback.
Nope, I agree.
The other big news that I wanted to bring up is about Charles Snowden, number 44. He did have a really good game against 49, sorry. Did have a really good game against Tampa Bay, but he did get pulled over for DUI in Las Vegas, and I guess it was pretty serious where he was pretty drunk. So not a good look for the Raiders. I don't want to get political or anything like that, but just say it's not a good look, and it's sad that it happened. We've already had incidents with this, with previous stuff with the Ruggs things, and we just don't need any more black eyes like that. And we definitely need to do that stuff responsibly. And
I agree.
You're a role model for everybody out there, and doing stuff like that is just not a good look for the Raiders. So whatever, we'll see what happens in the future with him. But he was looking bright, like things were looking good for him. So it's kind of a bad thing to see that happen with anybody. What do you think?
Yep, nope, I agree. I think he can play. I don't think that he's penalized in the NFL until after his court hearings, takes all of the legal proceedings get done with. So I think he will be out there this Sunday. So hopefully he can, correct those issues. Obviously, we've all made mistakes. He learns from it and, moves on and grows, and, he can be that role model that, he should be.
Gotcha. And then the last thing we want to bring up real quick was very interesting, and I did see this on Wi-Fi Willie Raider channel, but he happened to bring up about Dave Portnoy from Barstool Sports. He's the president of, and if you didn't know, that John Gruden is now working with Barstool as well, and he told John Gruden that he saw AP in an elevator, and AP said that because he knows that that Dave is a Patriots fan, and he said, "Hey, I'm looking for that 1 seed." And he's like, talking about the 1 seed, he's looking to get the 1 seed for the draft. So was he telling Dave Portnoy that we're tanking?
We're tanking, yeah.
Yeah, let's be blunt about it. I guess we're tanking.
And
our owner, Mark Davis, came out and said that he's not very happy with the season, and he's going to evaluate everybody very, very closely, I'm sure, with Tom Brady. So I'm just wondering where the jobs are going to be in or out this year. It's a lot going to be going on. And so hearing a news story like that get leaked about him saying that we're looking for the 1 seed to tank, that is crazy. Like, I did not want to hear that. I really didn't. I don't want to believe that we're tanking. I just want to believe we're playing some bad football right now. And I don't want to tank. I'm a Raiders fan, and I want to win. And I believe in committed to excellence and all the past things for the Raiders that are out there. I mean, I have posters all around this Raiders basement here. And I believe in pride and poise and committed to excellence and the Raider way. And tanking is not the Raider way. And even if we are 2-11, I still want to see the players play. They're NFL players. They're getting paid, and I want to get a win, man. It's the biggest thing that a Raider fan wants to do is just get a win.
Just win, baby.
I don't want to be 2-16 this year. I will take just 1 more or 2 more wins. That's it. I would be happy with that, and I still think we'll get a respectable draft pick. I know everybody says tank. Let's get the number 1 over. That's just not my style, but I don't know. Jimmy, what do you think on that?
Yeah, no, I'm going to 100% agree with you there. I don't want to tank. Yeah, like you said, that's not the Raider way. Nobody wants to lose, and then especially do it on purpose. That's not good for fans.
Yeah.
You're trying to bring in money to this organization who has not succeeded very much in the past couple. I mean, let's face it, decade. So yeah, no, I'm not in for tanking. Yeah, you want to go out and win. I do 100% agree with you. We will make moves what we need to in a draft to get a quarterback. And again, college football and the NFL is 2 different sports.
Yeah.
Just because you're great at college quarterback does not mean you're going to be a great NFL quarterback. So you're tanking on a whim. Fingers crossed that this is going to work out for you, and oftentimes it doesn't. I mean, So I'm going to agree with you. I don't want to tank. I want to win.
Yep. And because, we all know that for the Raiders, too, the draft has not always helped us. So we've had some good picks, but we've also had some really bad picks in a lot of years. So who knows what's going to happen, and we're looking for a quarterback. So all right. go away from the news and let's just wrap this up with the Atlanta Falcons coming up Monday Night Football.
Monday night.
It's going to be awesome. I get excited for Monday night because it's prime time. It's Monday night. It's really the only primetime game we got this year. So I'm super excited for it. I would like to see Riddler. Sorry, I call him Riddler, but Ritter play against his old team. I think, like Jimmy said, that could give him a spark, light the team, show him, hey, I'm playing for the Raiders now, and maybe we can pull this off because they're struggling right now. They are struggling. I think they're like 6-7 right now. So they're struggling. They do have really good receivers and really good running backs, but their defensive secondary is struggling. Their defense in general has kind of been struggling. So with Sincere running the ball, depending on the quarterback, whatever's going on there, but I would like to see Atlanta get beat this week.
Yeah, they're on a 4-game losing streak. Obviously, they're coming in. They're amped. They're fighting for a wild card spot, so they still have a chance, making the playoffs postseason. Their season hasn't been, what they wanted it to be, obviously, with Cousins. He came off 2 interceptions last week, so that's good for us. We had the 2 interceptions and a fumble recovery. So defense steps up, get some pressure. And like you said, if we go in and show some of that Raider Nation, that Raider heart, that Raider pride that we have, I think we can pull this one out. I think it'll be close. Not saying we're going to blow it, lose big or win big, but I think it can be a close game, and I do think we can pull it out.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Like I said, I hope we do. I think, really, in all honesty, like we could actually I hope we beat Atlanta, and I hope we beat the Jaguars. And then after that, New Orleans and Chargers, I don't think we're going to win either of those games. So that's only 2 more wins. If we could even get those, if we're not seriously tanking and something crazy happens, we'll find out because we're Raider fans. But yeah, I really think, honestly, there's only 2 more games that we can win. So, 4-14 sounds a lot
better than 2-16.
We'd be,
yes, sir.
It's crazy that we have 18-game seasons now, and it used to be like 2 and something in it. But now that's a lot of games to lose. So
that's a long losing record, losing streak.
It is, and it's terrible. That's not going to help our team at all. You can't get in the culture of losing because that's just going to linger. That's going to linger. It's like, hey, it's okay to lose. Whatever that was, 16 games. Jeez. So you can't get in that culture. And so I hope that the mindset of the Raiders, even if we go whatever we do on the offseason, we got to get at least that relief of, okay, we won a game for the players. That's all I want. And I want it for the players, man. Because a lot of these players won't be coming back. Some of them won't be coming back. So just the relief of like, okay, that losing streak is off our back. At least we're going to only be on a 3-game losing streak now instead of 16-game losing streak or whatever we're going to be at, So just for the players to get a relief of a win, make us feel a little bit better as fans as well. That's all I'm asking for is get a win. So my prediction for this game, we already kind of said, Atlanta Falcons are kind of hurting right now. So they're either going to come out and have their best game against the Raiders now, or maybe we have a chance. So I'm saying we're going to beat them 24-21. So we're going to get over that 20 mark. We're going to get that 24 points, and we're going to beat them.
I like your optimism there. I'm too going to think that we pull it out, but I'm going to go realistically, and I'm going to go 17-13.
Okay.
Unless the full tank is on and we are tanking, then it's going to be like 28-13. I mean, it'll be a repeat of last week's game, and we lose, obviously, for the full tank there. But I think, like I said, if we show up, and, some of those guys are fighting, like you said. They're not all guaranteed to be on the team next year. And, so they're fighting for some pride and show that, they're very capable of, hanging in the NFL with all these, other teams and, go somewhere else if, fortunately, we're not going to keep them. And So I'm hoping we can pull out the win. I don't want to tank the last 4 games.
I just don't want to hear that many games of loss. So it's really painful, like I said, coming here every week and just talking about losses. But we are fans. We're sticking with it, and we're going to keep going. So please like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Let's grow this channel a little bit more. We appreciate all the subscribers that we have now, but we need to keep growing. So please hop on in. We do have one more thing to bring to you that we kind of forgot, but from the Tampa Bay game, the Raider Way player of the game, Jimmy, who do you think it was?
I'm going to give it to Sincere McCormick. I thought he did very good filling that number 1 slot for the running back there. He looked good. 15 attempts, over 5 yards a carry, if I remember right.
So 5.2 clip, yep.
Yeah, so I'm going to give it to him. He's out there. He looks good. He looks like a good future prospect for us. He is getting the start this week. I know they said Madison is questionable, but probably going to go, but they're going to put him in at 2. So I do like that. Like let him eat, get him some,
Yes, yeah, and if we could develop that, because you can't stop a running back when he starts running. So it's not like a pass where you can miss a pass, tank a pass, those types of things. Once a running back, unless he's tripping on a turf monster, you can't stop a guy when he hits a hole and he's wide open. He just has to run to the end zone. So Sincere gets going, and maybe we can get a rushing touchdown or 2. Maybe, we accidentally score another passing touchdown and we get those 21 points.
Hey, there you go. I'd be
kick
for
a field
it.
goal, kick a couple field goals, and maybe we hit that mark. So that's all I'm asking for. So yes, Sincere McCormick, I will completely agree with you. He looked great. I was super excited about him, and he will be the Raider way player of the game for the Midwest Raider fans. So absolutely, I think that's all we got for you today. Appreciate you guys one more time. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, talk to us.
Love talking Raider football.
We just want to talk football. We'll respond. Check us out on all our social media platforms, which includes TikTok and X and
Facebook,
Instagram,
and
Facebook. Yeah, everything. We got it all. So come check us out. Put a lot of stuff on TikTok, so check that out. Jimmy's really in charge of that, and he takes care of business and gets all kinds of good content on there. So check it out. Like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you really soon on our next video. So thank you so much, and as always, go Raiders!